Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Charlyn Garcia. Coming up, an update on the La Palma volcano eruption. And YouTube announces crackdown on COVID-19 misinformation. And some sizzling news on bacon prices. And a look at your sports and your 5-day forecast. All this and more as PS News starts right now. Let's first start off with what's happening around the world. Spanish authorities are telling residents on the island of La Palma to shelter in place now that lava from an erupting volcano is entering the Atlantic Ocean. They've warned that harmful gases can be generated when lava enters the water. For 10 days now, lava has been inching its way through residential neighborhoods, threatening everything in its path. The government has declared the island a natural disaster zone. There's a new Denmark Kenston Museum of Art. There's a new piece of work at Kenston, excuse me, that's leaving management. They're feeling ripped off, excuse me. How much do you think this work of art is? How much do you think this art is worth? Oh my goodness, thank you, excuse me. If it looks like nothing, that's on purpose. It is nothing. The problem is Danish artist Jens Hanning was supposed to fill 2 empty frames with Danish money to represent the average salary of his fellow countrymen. The total amount is about $84,000, and then the museum lent him the money to do it. Instead, he sent an empty frame and called it "Take the Money and Run." Hanning says his new work is 10 or 100 times better than what we had planned because it fits the exhibit's theme of the future of labor. The museum doesn't think so and has sent a January deadline for Hanning to pay it back or face possible legal action. Thousands of Haitian migrants who hope to reach the United States cross several countries in South and Central America. Here we see a group of migrants trekking through Honduras. So far in 2021, Honduras has registered nearly 11,000 foreign migrants, 10% of them minors. This according to a press release from the Honduran government earlier this month. The head of Honduras Directorate of Children, Adolescents and Families says most foreign migrants the country receives are Haitian. They make up about 48% of migrants. He added that 40% are from Cuba, the rest are from Nicaragua, Venezuela, Brazil, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. And now here's what's happening around the nation. YouTube is cracking down on vaccine misinformation. Wednesday, the company said it will remove videos spreading misinformation about any approved vaccine, not only those aimed at preventing COVID-19. Users who post misinformation about approved vaccines deemed safe by the World Health Organization and local health authorities will have their videos taken down. They will be subject to YouTube's strike policy, which gives accounts 3 strikes for content that goes against its policies posted within a 90-day period. The 3rd strike leads to the user being permanently suspended. The company also says it may remove users after only one severe violation of the rules, or when a channel is dedicated to violating the policy. YouTube says there will be some exceptions to the new guidelines. The company says it will allow, for example, content about new vaccine trials and historical vaccine successes or failures. The announcement comes as the United States and other countries have struggled to tackle misinformation that experts say contributes to vaccine hesitancy. You're going to have to work a little bit harder to bring home the bacon. The price of the much beloved curd pork product is higher than it's been in the last 40 years. The average price of bacon is nearly 30% higher than it was a year ago. Pork chops are about 7%. America's pork supply chain was one of the first to get slammed by coronavirus shutdowns. The Biden administration blaming the cost hikes on monopolies within the meat industry. It has plans to offer pandemic assistance to small producers, farmers, and workers, but market analysts warn don't expect pork prices to go down anytime soon. The Dollar Tree says customers can expect to spend more than $1 for some of their products. Tuesday, the retailer announced it will be adding items to shelves that cost anywhere from $1 to $5. Dollar Tree says the price increases are because of higher wage and shipping cost. The higher-priced products will be in 500 of its locations this year, and eventually it will in additional locations through 2024. Eventually, the Dollar Tree says 5,000 of its stores will have products that cost more than $1. Hit rap artist Marshall Mathers, more commonly known by his stage name Eminem, announced today that he is opening a restaurant in Detroit, Michigan. The popular artist named the pasta restaurant Mom's Spaghetti, which is derived from his 2002 single, Lose Yourself. Eminem originally wrote the song for the movie 8 Mile, in which he also played the lead role. He originally announced the opening on Instagram. There are 5 items on the menu, including spaghetti sandwich and, of course, Mom's Spaghetti. The grand opening was Wednesday evening at 5 p.m. Netflix is putting money behind its push to offer video games to subscribers. Tuesday, the streaming service announced it has acquired the game developer Night School Studio. The studio was started in 2014 and is known for its graphic adventure games. Netflix says it wants to add exclusive games to its platform designed for every kind of gamer, from beginner to advanced. The company says the games will be included in its memberships with no ads or in-app purchases.
Okay, we're skipping commercial.
Now it's over to sports with Cassie Webb.
Good evening and welcome to PS Sports. I'm Cassie Webb. The NBA is going to start withholding pay for unvaccinated players who miss games due to local vaccine mandates. NBA Executive President of Communications Mike Bass made that announcement Wednesday. The league had issued a warning about this to the New York Knicks, Brooklyn Nets, and Golden State Warriors. It said vaccine protocols set by their home cities would prohibit their unvaccinated, non-exempt players from playing in-home games in those cities. The city's vaccination policies do not apply to players from visiting teams who play in their arenas. The Knicks said last week the team was fully vaccinated. Golden State Warriors guard Andrew Wiggins remains a holdout. As for the Nets, they haven't shared the team's vaccination status. About 90% of all NBA players are reportedly vaccinated. Unvaccinated players also face various restrictions, including daily COVID-19 testing before entering a team facility. Boxing icon Manny Pacquiao announced he's retiring from the sport. He announced his decision in a social media video Tuesday. He thanked the world, and especially his fellow Filipinos, for supporting him. Pacquiao is currently a senator in the Philippines and is running for president. Earlier this month, he announced he would accept the 2022 presidential nomination from the PDP Laban party. The retirement comes 3 months before Pacquiao turns 43 years old, and a month after his loss to boxer Yordenis Ugas. Now, for a quick look at what's happening in the sports world near you. The days of visiting a little trailer before hitting the links in Ticonderoga are over. A grand opening and ribbon-cutting ceremony is set to take place for the country club's new clubhouse tomorrow. The new hub, which includes Samara's restaurant and tap room, was constructed after a fire destroyed the previous clubhouse. Refreshments will be served and live music will take place shortly after the ribbon cutting. Remember, all COVID-19 regulations will be enforced. For PS Sports, I'm Cassie Webb. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Cassie. Now on to your 5-day forecast.
Thanks, Charlie. I'm PS News meteorologist Liam Sample. It appears as we head into October and the thick of fall that the warm fluke of last week is over. It appears tomorrow we'll be hitting a a cold 56 with a chance of rain. And as we head towards the weekend, Friday will be ready to go up to 60, which will be nice. However, as we head towards the weekend, it appears we are going right back to cold. On 59 on Saturday with partially cloudy. A chance of rain on Sunday with 63, which would be the high of the 5-day. And then it's 61 on Monday, and with a chance of clouds. Thank you, and that's all for this week's weather. And
Thank you, Liam. Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for tonight. Whether you're watching from home or on the go, you can find PS News on the Plattsburgh State's YouTube page and social media at Plattsburgh State TV. Have a good night, Plattsburgh.